Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. Today I will be going with the Halloween witchy sort of theme here. So this is clear resin. Now I'm going to add black pigment into this resin. So I am mixing my black resin here. So this is the mold and I was dying to use this mold. It is you can say church window, and there is so much you can do with this, but I was going to take it towards the Halloween theme because the reason is that you will see why. This was in my mind few months back and I was patiently waiting. So today is the day we are going to make this. So what I'm doing here is that I have mixed my black resin and into the sides, because this is a tray. Basically it is a tray. You can do a lot of things with this. So I'm not going to make a tray today. I'm going to make something really different. As you all know that I always do that. So for the edges, I'm going to pour this black resin. So that's what I'm doing here. So slowly I will be adding the resin now. So after pouring the black resin into the edges, there are some details in there. So I'm going to pour the black resin, and with the help of a toothpick, I'm making the design now. So that's what I will be doing, and then I will leave this layer to cure. So this is the next day and my layer is cured now. So I will be backing this with a clear resin now. And after that, I will leave this to cure. So this is the next day and I'm going to demold this. So here we go. It is out of the mold and you can see it is such a lovely window design. It is a tray, but then again you can use it in so many different ways that I will be doing today. So after making this, I will be working on another mold. So this is a mold. It is a cat mold and this is my favorite. I have used this before but I haven't shown you yet, but for you it's going to be first time. But I know this cat mold is so amazing. The details are really amazing in this mold. So I'm going to pour my black resin. And after pouring, I will leave this to cure. So I have been pouring a lot of cats. So this is the mold. I'm just showing you. I have already demolded one. So this is how the cat looks like. It is so not a cartoonish sort of cat here. So this is what I will be doing now. So I will be putting this cat into this window. Now I'm just looking at what position it is suitable. And I think this is fine. So what I did here is that I poured a little bit of resin and then I put the cat on, so it is cured now. Now I'm going to do a second step, and the second step is that I'm going to create some shelves. For shelves, I'm pouring again black resin into this bookmark mold. So I have made something similar like this last year. It was a cabinet. This time and that time I made the shelves with the cardboard and some masking tape, but this time I thought I'm doing resin work, so I'm going to use resin as much as possible to create stuff. So I've poured my resin into the bookmarks, and then this is a crystal mold I made myself. If you like to see, there is a video for this. So these were made from Herkimer diamonds. I just arranged them and made the mold. So basically I will be then cutting the shelf according to the size that I'm going to use here. And after doing that, I will leave this to cure and I will see you next day. So this is the next day. I actually demolded the bookmarks. I didn't wanted them to be really hard because I wanted to cut them. So actually I was thinking to do a partition in the middle and then put the shelves, but later on, first of all, I'm going to demold the crystals out of this one. So here we go, one by one. Crystal molds are always handy. You can pour your resin and just keep them aside. Later on you might use them. So this is how it is looking like. So now onto the shelf that I was talking about. So I'm going to use my UV resin here. First, I thought I'm going to just check before pouring the UV resin. So this is like how I will be doing. I will be putting a little bit of UV resin, and then I will be putting this shelf. Then I will cure it, and then after that I will be doing the same. So I'm just showing you, and then later on I will be putting the shelf one by one. I have to hold it by hands, and then I have to use the UV lamp. And also I don't want to make it messy, so that's why these things are just in my mind. So in this way, believe me, you can make a lot of shelves. I'm going with a Halloween style this time, but you can make a fairy theme, you can make a forest theme, you can make a, it's Christmas coming. I think I'm going to do something with Christmas also, because this has a lot of potential. Instead of a cat, I think there should be a gnome here, or a Christmas father. We will see later on what I'm going to do, but for today we are with this theme that I'm super excited about. So this is the second shelf. While I was working with on this one, I thought I'm going to create a separate video where I will be creating some miniatures with the resin that we usually make with clay, but that might be some time for another time. At the moment I have so many projects to do. So this is a white skull. It is out of the mold. I have little molds, skull molds. So what I did here is that I added a little bit of black acrylic paint onto the skull just to make it a aged look. So this is resin here. I will try to use as much resin as possible. So now it's up to making the bottles. Now, yeah, I'm using some glass bottles here. Some elements should be a bit realistic, so I'm going to use some elements that are real. So here I'm using these real mushrooms that I dry myself from my garden. Usually in, you can say, winter season or the autumn season, we do have a bunch of mushrooms growing in my garden, and I always pick them and I just air dry them simply. So I have a collection here. So I'm going to make a specimen. This is a laboratory here. It's something like this. And I was so excited to create these bottles. And one by one, I will be adding the mushrooms. And from other bottle, this is actually a simple leaf that I picked, and it's actually a skeleton leaf that I just simply found outside. It's my hobby to find stuff from nature because it's so amazing. Believe me, if one has to create something like this, it is so difficult, but nature makes so amazing things. So I just made my mini bottles and I arranged them on the shelf. After that, I will be putting some more stuff here, and so this is the witchy scrying crystal ball here. So I put a little bit of bead underneath, and then I'm just placing it. So far this is how it's looking like. And then this is my favorite stuff. You all know that it is my friend. It saves me in so many projects. So this is the UV clay. I'm going to use it. So what I'm doing here with the clay is that I am making a base, and on this I'm arranging these crystals. So these are some amethyst and quartz. So these are real crystals. I didn't make them out of the resin. So some things, as I told you, should be in their original way, so that it enhances the project. And also for the price point of view, you can sell these items at high prices instead of just using the plain or old resin here. But as I explained, that I try to use resin as much as possible. Last time I made the candles out of clay. This time this is white resin. So this is from J Diction. It is a set of their colorful resins that I will be using in a video afterwards, but today I wanted the white resin, so from the kit I took this. So I will be making the candles with the resin here. It's really easy to make a candle out of a clay, but today I challenged myself that I'm going to make these out of the resin. So I did 2 layers of this. Randomly I just dropped it onto a bookmark, and then I'm curing it in between. So first time, I don't know how these are going to turn out. So first time I'm making these candles. So now I'm going to turn them over, and then I will be doing the same on the other side. So just to give it a 3D look. So again, this is the first layer. As much as I'm working with this resin now, I'm just thinking that this is such a forgiving medium. Yeah, it is very difficult at times, but then again, it is very forgiving. You can create so much out of it. In the start, when I started making things with resin, I just thought it's going to be pouring the resin into the mold and then it's going to shape up. But now after so many years, it's like it seems to be like a friend of mine. I like to mold it my way. Recently, if you have checked that, I turned the resin into a clay also. So just I'm adding wicks now. So this is thread, but again you can pour a very thin layer of black resin, then let it cure, and you can make wicks out of resin also. And now I will again put it under the UV lamp. And after doing that, I will be doing another layer. So 2 layers on both sides. So again, it's really up to you. Just depending on if you are happy with the design. So while this was curing, I made some mini books. So it is very easy. I just use some cardboard and some random paper that was of new use. I just bind them and created these books, some witchy spell books. So I'm going to arrange it again. Now you can make these books out of resin also. Yes, you can. But I just went with the cardboard and some papers. So here is my 3D candle and I think it looks lovely. Yeah, we can use stuff like this and might a little bit of some tweaking and I can make them more better, but I am still loving them. So now I'm going to arrange them into the cabinet. And again, I will be using some UV clay underneath to secure the position. Before doing that, I am going to age a little bit of these candles. Same brush I used for the skull to do the age look. So it does leftover paint on the brush and I'm just doing the same here. So after arranging the candles, I will be putting these books like this. So I'm using a glue in between also. So this is done now, and on the top of these books I will be putting some crystals properly. And now I'm just going to use some white resin just to create the wax that is melting and creating a melting design just to give a little bit of more beauty. So I added a moon also in the upper shelf, as you can see. So as I was going, things were coming in my mind. I didn't want it to be overcrowded that also. So I'm just curing here and adding my white resin. So I'm going to just creating a sort of a drippy design. That's it. So this is what I was talking about, a little bit of drippy design with the UV resin. So I think this is complete now. I'm not going to add anything more here, just a little bit of crystals so that I'm going to add the crystals that I made like this one. So I'm using my UV resin and then I will be putting these and then I will be curing them under the UV lamp. And then I added a little bit of gold foil on different places and now we will see the final look. So this is the final look here. As I told you that I am going to add a little bit of gold foil on the sides, not too much. So this is my shelf here. I was so happy that it is actually really amazing and the things you can do with resin, as I've discussed this a lot in my previous discussion. So I'm really happy with this here. So I hope you like it as well. Something really different. I always like to go a bit different from normal pouring resin, making things into useful ones. So here you can see I try to use as much resin as possible, and this crystal bunch that I showed poured before, so I just arrange it with the skull, and then I use some real crystals also, some real things, some resin here, everything combined to be and turned out to be this lovely Now you're going to tell me what you think about this, and let me know in comments. And if you have any suggestions, do let me know. So that's it for today, and I hope you like today's video. So like, subscribe, and share. Thumbs up if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider do so, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.